any change in scenery is good for an athlete when they're looking to maximize their performance. How does this and how does your family feel about the move to Seattle?
Yeah, thank you, Jose. Um, I'm super excited to be here. You know, I know a lot of friendly faces through my years playing with the national team. Obviously, over the past few years, playing against Seattle quite often, being with Dallas, and I did feel that this was an amazing opportunity for me to be here, considering the circumstances in Dallas and the way that everything kind of transpired. The opportunity to come to Seattle was one that I wanted to jump all over. Anytime that you're wanted at a club, especially a club like this, you want to try and do everything to make it work. Luckily, from all sides, we were able to do that. And I'm super excited to be here. I'm really excited just to be a part of a club with the tradition of winning and, having that level of standard from the fans to the organization to the players in the locker room. To be a part of something like that is really special. And I think I can really help the team get to the next level and win championships this year.
All right, we'll come one row down to Jeremiah, then Nico Mazasi as well.
Yeah, Jeremiah, Sounder Hurt. Welcome, Paul. You mentioned that the circumstances sort of around your departure. Jordan mentioned that he was talking to you like around MLS Cup. If you could just kind of elaborate a little bit on the situation and sort of like how this all came together from your perspective.
Yeah, I won't say too much on Dallas's part other than, I was made aware of the rebuild process once the season had ended, and in a sense was kind of up to me to be able to figure out where I really wanted to go and if there would be reciprocated interest from club to club. And Seattle was at the top of my list. And speaking to Jordan and Christian and everyone really that has played for Seattle, everyone has had the most amazing things to say about the club, about the city, about the summers of Seattle. Everyone loves the summers here, so I'm really excited for that. And so for me, it was an easy decision. I mean, watching Seattle compete, whether it's the Western Conference Final or a final or Champions League or all these other tournaments, it's the one constant variable is always that the Sounders are competing for something. And as a player, I've lived various stages of my career, being a young guy, being a superstar, being a sub, playing for the national team, doing all these different things. And the one thing that I really want to do is win something on the club level. And I really do believe that coming here, along with some other additions that have been presented with the team and the current core that Seattle has had for many years, for me, it's just really exciting. I really do think that we could do something special.
Nico, over to you.
Nico Moreno, Pulso Sports and Sounder Heart as well. Welcome. I wanted to ask you, you've played as a wingback, but you're a versatile player. Have you, in your talks with Brian, have you been told about a role and that time of like play time? And do you have any expectations on play time and role?
Yeah, thank you, Nico. I did have a talk with Coach, and he said that he does see me as a wingback if we do look to play in that type of system or formation. If we're in the traditional 4-2-3-1 that Seattle typically plays, potentially as a winger. And at the same time, that was similar situation when I was in Dallas. When I was in Dallas, I went in as a winger, and then this past season played wingback, played right back, played a little bit of left wing back, played. I was kind of this hybrid guy that kind of played all positions. And when I talked to Coach, I told him the most important thing for me is finding ways to help the team, whatever position that is. I feel really comfortable in many positions just because of my tactical flexibility and being able to read the game and understand the game. And with so many good players on the team, I think it'll be even easier to be able to read and understand guys and tactically be on the same page. At the end of the day, I'm a hard worker. I'm a guy that works for the team, that wants to sacrifice, and I really do just want the best for all of us. as far as expectation, I know I have to earn all the minutes that I'm going to get. And when I'm able to get a position to keep that position. But I made it very clear to the coach and all the teammates that I've had in the past. They know the type of guy that I am. They know that I'm a team guy first. And for me, that's the most important thing. I'll be able to play a role. Whatever that role is, I'll be the best that I can be in that.
All right, Maz.
Maz Vitamar here at CascadiaSports.net. Hey, Paul, the opportunity that a transition team provides for you or gives for you, because you just talked about that wing back and that, what's the opportunity that's there and how technically sound you are?
Yeah, I think, I would say that wingback is my best natural position. I played there when I started my career in Mexico. I always say that Miguel Herrera started my career by playing in a back five and playing me at wingback, and he himself, the coach at the time, was a very good small defender, kind of like me. So he taught me a lot, and he gave me a lot of trust to be able to play in a system like that, and kind of tactically made me aware. And I think I just feel really comfortable in that position, knowing my engine, being able to get forward, embracing the attributes of what it takes to be a good defender. Knowing that I don't have to ever play against Nuhu again, hopefully, is probably the best thing that I could have done by coming to Seattle and having him on my team. But again, whether it's wingback, whether it's winger, whether it's fullback, my job is to try and put myself on the field, and that's what I'm going to do. And however I can help the team, that's going to be my first mentality.
All right, Felipe.
Paul, bienvenido a Seattle. Felipe Maqueda del Rey 360. Mi pregunta para ti es, ¿qué fue lo que te hizo venir a Seattle en términos deportivos? Sabemos que Seattle es campeón de la Champions League de CONCACAF y ahora va a jugar el Mundial de Clubes. ¿Eso influyó en tu decisión? Digo, aparte la ciudad es muy bella. Bienvenido.
Gracias por la bienvenida. La verdad no fue algo muy importante para mí, más que nada estar acá con el club, estar acá en Seattle con los aficionados que tienen, con el equipo que tienen, que los años que llevan haciendo las cosas muy bien y tienen mucho respeto en la liga. Eso es lo yo que quería ser parte de él. Yo vengo de un club que yo llegué allá para hacer un proyecto y yo creo que para ayudar al club a crecer y me siento que cuando fui de allá, yo estoy saliendo de allá haciendo cosas mejor para el club y me siento muy orgulloso de eso, pero llegar acá, la verdad, para jugar con Seattle es un sueño para mí estar acá para competir, no solo del Mundial de Clubes, más que nada ser parte de este club y pelear con mis compañeros por campeonatos, por la ciudad, por todo es lo más importante. Voy a dar todo como siempre hago y estoy muy listo para jugar.
As always, we'll have translation on the back end for anybody that needs it. We'll keep going here in the meantime, watching the clock so Paul can get to that meeting. I think we have time for a few more. Jeremiah, did you have one still?
Yeah, everyone we've talked to says that you are you good friends, that you're a great teammate and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, I think a lot of people watching you would think, oh, this guy, no one likes to play against this guy. I guess you could talk about that part of your game and what, Craig made a point of saying we need more guys that maybe people don't want to play against, and seemed like maybe was talking about you there. If you could just kind of talk about that part of your game.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously there was an incident 2 years ago in the playoffs against Seattle when I was with Dallas, running into Jackson after the goal and me falling to the ground. But these are things like, for me, with experience of playing in Mexico and playing for the national team and playing against these CONCACAF teams, like, you learn that the willingness to win is what drives everybody. Like at the end of the day, everyone should try their best to get the most out of a situation without crossing a certain line. And for me, that's kind of just how I've always been. I'm a small guy. I'm not a tall guy by any means. But I try and be as physical as I can. I try to be an annoying pest that doesn't go away, someone that continually runs at you. I try not to back down from any type of challenge. I'm always there to, protect my teammate and be the guy that will pick them up. That's kind of just how I am, and I don't know if that started, playing in Mexico or when I started to play for the national team, and just constant different types of influences. But like you said, off the field, I just want to be a good guy and try and stay true to my character and my values, and be the best person that I can be on the field. Even as soon as the whistle goes off, it's all love. But definitely during the game, I'm going to do everything that I can to help my team win, and try and ride that line as best as I can, as I do believe that we all should try and do that, because the willingness to win is what is going to drive us to bigger things.
Tim.
Hey, Paul. Tim Booth from the Seattle Times. Welcome to Seattle. You have another former teammate that's joining you here. What is it about Jesus's game that, having played with him for a few years, that stands out to you that he will bring here? And maybe what are some of the understated things that you think might get lost in the way that he plays that could become more apparent?
Yeah, I think Jesus is a wonderful player. I've known him a few years, I think a year or two before moving to Dallas. And he was one of the influences that I had to go to Dallas when I originally decided to go there. Was, he's a 9. He could play 10. He can play out on a wing. He's an amazing presser, which I think the people who talk about him pressing are the people that watched him play for the national team, that watched him be a part of Berhalter's system, where the 9 is asked to do so much defensively without the ball, and kind of lead the front line on certain cues. So his understanding of the game is amazing. His talent speaks for itself. The things that he's able to do, that he's able to create a lot, tactically very smart, and has a good engine on him. Of course, the job is going to be for the staff to keep him healthy. Obviously, he didn't have a good year last year in terms of injuries, but I know he's super motivated to be here. He's really excited to be here, just like I am, and just like myself, we both had this wonderful opportunity, and we both jumped at this opportunity to be here. And for us, it's going to be an honor, and I'm really excited because he was definitely Dallas's best player over the past few years, and so for Seattle to be able to get a guy like him is gonna change the team immediately.